Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. A few weeks ago I introduced to you the first Convergent Fakemon of the Jermanzburg region. Back then I didn't really knew the design conventions and just went with the ideas I had in my mind. However, a few of you let me know what actually to keep in mind while designing regional fakes. First of all, they have to have a different typing. They have to be different creatures, so a spider can't stay a spider and so on. The silhouette stays mostly the same as the original. While I knew that rule for this design, I decided to stray away from it because it was limiting my design too much, but the next one will include this rule. The name keeps part of the original one. It keeps parts of the original design as well, and technically they are just designed as original variants, but a bit less over-designed, I guess. So with this knowledge in mind, let's see what I did. Content warning, there will be pictures of spiders, so if you're arachnophobic, you may want to sit this one out. Or I'm just gonna put timestamps where the pictures are. I'm gonna put timestamps where the spider pictures are. Okay, as seen on the thumbnail, I am creating a Convergent Fakemon to Paras. Paras? It's probably Paras. Paras and its evolution are probably based on crabs. I decided to go with a regional fake based on spiders. The element that stays the same are the mushrooms, but they will look different. I will explain the main inspiration when showing you the evolution. So the spider I wanted to base this Fakemon on is the whip spider, or Geiselspinne in German. They have some sort of claws which do not count towards their legs. They still have 8 legs, which I learned after finishing the design, so I had to add a final pair last minute. These spiders can be found in tropical and subtropical regions and rainforests, and in some parts of Greece, which is kinda scary. They're not dangerous, I believe, but they kinda look dangerous. Even though Germany isn't known for having rainforests or something similar, there is an area in the Jermanzburg region where you can find exactly that habitat. It is located between the ocean and beach and the desert and savanna. This part of the region was hit by a meteorite, which changed the climate of the area. It is inspired by an actual place in Germany, however on a way smaller scale. Anyways, this Fakemon inhabits the rainforest of the Jermanzburg region. For the mushroom, I legitimately just googled cool mushrooms or something similar, maybe it was fancy mushrooms, and just let the vibe inspire me. Oh, also I think I made this stage after the final one, so the shape of the green mushroom may make a bit more sense when you've seen the evolution. The mushroom on Paras is parasitic and I believe completely takes over once it evolves. The mushroom on this Fakemon are similar, however it can actually go both ways, a positive one and a negative one, but more on that later. Here it is, Parach. The name is a fusion of parasite and arachnid. Its typing is pure poison, and I know this Fakemon realistically speaking doesn't look much like a spider, but neither does its real life inspiration. If Parach and the mushroom live in a healthy relationship, aka symbiosis or synergy, it will evolve into Synachno. I guess this would be influenced by the friendship level Parach and the player character have. If Parach is happy about you and itself, it will deal different with certain things and tries to take a positive approach to situations. It will realize that both it and the mushroom can live together just fine if they work together and not against each other. The most important thing about this design in my opinion was the mushroom. I wanted it to feel special and fancy. The main inspiration is in the left corner. It's so fascinating what nature can come up with. The mushroom wasn't supposed to be symmetrical, but still looked like there was some sort of plan behind it. Like the general shape is the same, but every Synachno has a slightly individual looking one, with parts growing at different parts. Wow, what a sentence. While drawing, I had Bygone by TrueGreen7 in mind from creating new Pokemon Part 5, just as a side note. For the colors I went with the sandy yellow, green and blue. I wanted all colors to look like they are in harmony, if that makes any sense. Nothing is overpowering or underwhelming. This Fakemon definitely looks different than Parasect, mainly because the mushroom form is so drastically different and I actually have to show more of the body. Also, one detail to notice that this Fakemon has highlights in its eyes to show it's full of life. Parasect also has highlights, but the eyes are completely white so you don't see them at first glance. It also makes Parasect look like some sort of a zombie or monster. Here it is, Synachno, the live Pokemon. Because of the symbiosis of Synachno and the mushroom, it gains the fighting type. The name is a fusion of arachnid and synergy. I switched the Paracead part of Parasect and Parach's name to Synergy, which means living together and being better than alone. If Parach and the mushroom live in an unhealthy relationship, the evolution will look different. It's switched around. No, literally. For this evolution, I flipped the base body of Synachno and created the Fakemon from there. This is based on two things. First of all, when spiders die, they often flip around and lie on their back. You've probably seen spider corpses in real life. However, most of the time the thing you think is a spider corpse isn't actually one. Because when spiders grow, they kinda grow out of their skin and leave it behind. So they wiggle out of their skin and basically leave behind a hollow version of themselves. Don't quote me on that. But this skin still looks disgusting. I mean, it still looks like a real spider. Yeah, not a fan of spiders. We've discussed this in the first video of this year. But I'm working on it. Kinda. I mean, I'm drawing spiders, that has to be enough. They're fascinating, not gonna lie. I even watched a video for this one of a spider shedding their skin and it looked exhausting and I felt really bad for it. However, we should probably be glad that humans don't grow that way. That would be beyond disturbing. How did I get here? Oh yeah, spiders. So, a few weeks ago I watched a video by Robert Mark Lehmann, a German marine biologist, YouTuber, author, photographer and nature conservationist. He said that one time on an expedition into a rainforest he found the skin of a spider with mushrooms growing out of it, and this was the main inspiration behind this design. However, I wanted it to be darker than just the skin, and referencing the fate of Parasect. Your Parach evolves into this Fakemon if the friendship level is low. It deals with stress and other negative situations in unhealthy ways, and lets the Paracead take control over it. One of the leg already completely turned into one, and the front claws and the back are completely covered in them too. Compared to the mushroom, the body is really pale because they suck the life energy out of this mon. There are also no highlights in the eyes, only a dead looking stare. Speaking of that, I also had the zombies from the Last of Us franchise in mind. I have played part of the first game and part of the second game. I like both, but I'm not mentally prepared to finish the second game. I know how it ends, but I don't know, I'm not mentally stable enough for that right now. For like over a year or longer. Yeah. I also haven't watched the series yet because we don't have the streaming service available right now. But me and my friends are gonna watch it at one point. And I do want to make a video on those too. For those who are not familiar with Last of Us, it's about zombies and they have mushrooms growing out of them. Don't check it out if you're underage. Anyways, here it is! Paracead, the lifeless Pokemon. The name is a combination of parasite and deceased. However, it also still kinda sounds like Parasite. It gains the ghost type because, well, death. If you see a trainer with a Parach and later they have a Paracead, you definitely know there's something going on. All three Fakemon can be found in the rainforest area of the region. Which one would you pick? Personally, I think Paracead design is cooler, but I'm also an edgelord. But I obviously wouldn't want my Fakemon to be unhappy, so Synachno it is. Hope you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe to not miss any future uploads and let me know your opinions in the comments. Check out the Fanart showcase and see you in the comments.